Imagine waking up, rolling out of bed, and instead of hitting the floor, you slam into the ceiling like a confused Spider-Man who forgot his web shooters. Yep, today's nightmare fuel is this. What if gravity suddenly reversed for one whole day? Not just weakened, not just paused, fully reversed. Down is up is down. And all of us? Well, let's just say seatbelts and duct tape would instantly become humanity's favorite fashion accessories. The first few seconds would be absolute chaos. Your phone wouldn't fall from your hand. It would launch itself to the roof like it just got recruited for NASA. Your toothbrush? Straight into orbit. And breakfast cereal? Congratulations. You now own a zero-gravity art exhibit made entirely of floating Cheerios. Outside, cars would tear away from the roads. Trees would rip out of the ground. And cows, yes, cows, would majestically float skyward like confused mooing balloons. Somewhere, a farmer would scream, "There goes my dairy business," while watching Bessie drift into space. But let's pause the comedy for some quick science. Gravity isn't just about keeping your keys from hiding under the couch. It's the invisible glue holding Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and basically everything we love. Pizza, puppies, Netflix, down on the planet. Flip it, and suddenly Earth's oceans don't stay put. They'd blast off like the world's rudest water balloon, turning into giant rivers in the sky. Picture the Pacific Ocean casually ghosting the planet like, "It's not you, it's me." Now, if you're clinging desperately to something, say, your bed frame nailed into the ceiling, you might survive the first few minutes. But buildings aren't designed for upside-down physics. Skyscrapers? Imagine 50-story chandeliers snapping off the ground and crashing into the sky. Planes would no longer need runways. They'd just zoom upward like budget-friendly rockets. And birds? They'd be like, "Finally we can actually relax," as humans flap around in panic. Here's the real kicker. Our atmosphere would reverse too. Air molecules held to Earth by gravity would stream outward, thinning quickly. Within minutes, breathing would become harder than running a marathon while wearing a Darth Vader mask. Eventually, oxygen would just peace out. Humanity's first instinct would be to cling to oxygen tanks. But let's be real. Most people would be too busy recording TikToks of floating dogs to notice they're suffocating. Speaking of floating dogs, let's talk about pets. Cats would act like they planned this the whole time. Finally, peasants, bow to your airborne overlords. Dogs, on the other hand, would wag their tails happily while drifting away, completely unaware that they're now space explorers. Somewhere Elon Musk would tweet, "See? Told you space travel is easy." Okay, but what about the people who managed to survive indoors? Basements, oddly enough, would become prime real estate. Why? Because if gravity is reversed, the ground above you effectively becomes the ceiling, pinning you safely inside. Imagine explaining that to a realtor. So does this property come with apocalypse-resistant upside-down physics insurance? On a larger scale, the solar system would still function. Earth would continue orbiting the sun. But without our oceans and atmosphere, the planet would basically strip itself naked in space. After just a day of reversed gravity, Earth would look less like the blue marble we know, and more like a dry, cracked bowling ball. Humans wouldn't exactly thrive on that. Unless you're Jeff Bezos, in which case you'd probably try to sell tickets for a luxury upside-down Earth cruise. Now let's sprinkle in some unexpected twists. First, satellites. The moment gravity flips, every satellite orbiting Earth gets thrown off balance. GPS gone, Netflix streaming, bye-bye. Somewhere in the middle of this chaos, someone would panic more about losing Wi-Fi than losing oxygen. Second twist, volcanoes. Normally, gravity keeps magma down. Flip it, and you've got lava fountains exploding upward, decorating the sky like fiery confetti. Congratulations, Earth. You're now a cosmic lava lamp. And here's the human side. Imagine moms trying to hold onto strollers while babies float toward the ceiling. Schools canceled because the playground has literally flown away. People grabbing furniture, chandeliers, or each other just to stay tethered. It would be terrifying and oddly hilarious, like watching a Looney Tunes cartoon on steroids. But after 24 hours, gravity snaps back. The oceans crash down in tsunamis, buildings collapse from the whiplash, and all those floating cows, yeah, they're coming back. At terminal velocity, humanity would face mass extinction-level chaos, and surviving it would be as rare as finding an untouched pizza at a party. So, in conclusion, reversed gravity for a day. No, funny in cartoons. Absolute nightmare in reality. Still, it makes you wonder, what if Earth didn't just flip gravity, but swapped it with Jupiter's? Would we all get squished into pancakes before breakfast? Stick around because that's a disaster waiting to be imagined.